Hello and welcome. This is the Resolving Supplier Incident Template. Let me introduce myself. My name is Filipe Brito and I'm your guide for today's template. The team here at Procurement Tactics has over 20 years of procurement and negotiation experience that we don't like to keep behind closed doors. This is why we want to share with you the Resolving Supplier Incident Template. Let's go ahead and start. First and foremost, let's look at what Resolving Supplier Incidents is about. Resolving a supplier incident involves a structured process that addresses and rectifies issues that are caused by a supplier's actions or failures. These incidents can range from breaches of service level agreements to data security issues and can significantly impact the operations and reputation of the organization. Various steps are taken when resolving a supplier incident, the most important one arguably being filing an incident report. Once an incident is reported, there's the work of identifying and assessing the severity of an incident, coordinating a cross-functional team from multiple departments, and containing and mitigating the damage. Each of these steps is crucial to resolving a supplier incident, which is why we'll be talking about them in more detail. There are three major steps in resolving a supplier incident, each of which has to be well executed. So let's start with the first one. The resolution process typically starts with the identification of the incident, which is then followed by documentation and communication with the supplier for understanding the scope and implications of the issue. This, of course, starts with the supplier incident report, filled up by the individual who wants to report the incident. Once the incident report has been filled up, then the information about the incident is gathered in as much detail as possible, from affected suppliers to products and services. All this information gatherings helps you understand the impact on operations and guides you in responding to the incident. The root cause and potential risks associated with the incident are also looked into with the same thoroughness. A root cause analysis may be conducted to determine the cause of the incident and how to prevent future occurrences. This is a collaborative approach that not only helps to manage the incident efficiently, but also maintains a productive relationship with the supplier. Speaking of collaboration, let's talk about response team activation and coordination. After the assessment of the incident, the next step is activating and coordinating a response team composed of representatives from various departments. The team should have a clear leader and defined roles to ensure that there's effective decision making and communication. Response actions taken should be based on an already established incident response plan that outlines containment, mitigation, and resolution strategies. An effective incident resolution also requires clear communication between organization and the supplier, which means it's essential for both parties to establish a formal incident communication procedure. This ensures that everyone is updated and that feedback can always be provided. Now, room for improvement is not solely taken from feedback, but should also be taken from post-incident reviews. So let's talk about it. After the immediate concerns of that incident are addressed, what comes after is the post-incident review. The post-incident review is crucial for evaluating the process with which the incident has handled. Understanding the effectiveness of the response and knowing how to make it more efficient keeps your process for resolving supplier incidents up to date and as risk-free as possible. The post-incident review should involve an analysis of the incident's causes, the response taken, and any possible areas for improvement for the management process. The documentation like the incident report is also crucial for keeping records and having a history of examples for the refinement of your future response strategies. From getting to know the crucial steps in resolving a supplier incident, we have come across the supplier incident report. Now let's talk about this in more depth. The supplier incident report is where resolving the incident starts. It's a formal document that has all the details and actions that were taken to address the incident involving the supplier. This record serves to maintain transparency and improve future incident response processes. The supplier incident report may seem like a simple thing, but as discussed, it's a foundational part of resolving a supplier incident. Aside from this, it gives you insights into which individuals you can rely on to be transparent and honest about supplier incidents. This is also a good way to see the mindset of your employees when it comes to conflict resolution as a supplier incident report, as you can add it in a section for suggested actions. This means you can evaluate if your employees may need training on things such as conflict resolution or applicable instruction. Now, since this is all about resolving a supplier incident, it would be remiss of us not to give an actionable template in relation to the topic, which is why we have made you a supplier incident report template. This template, like all others we have made, can be edited to better suit your needs should you want to change it. The supplier incident report we have made up starts with basic information like the time and date of the incident and report, along with information that should be filled up by the individual who is reporting the incidents and a table to fill up information on the supplier involved. Afterward, there's a table with relevant parties involved and their contact information. Next is a section of the incident information which asks for basic information about the incident. Next, there are three types of incident reports, and whichever one it is should be indicated by ticking off either initial report, follow-up report, compilation, or final report. Afterwards is a list of possible incidents being reported. Tick off which one is applicable, and if none of them adequately describe the incident, then the others box should be ticked off and the table below should be used to describe the incident. Next is a question that asks how many individuals were involved and the appropriate estimate should be ticked off. Next is a table with the relevant parties involved and their contact information, for the names and contact information of those directly involved in the incident. If there are any injuries, then it should be described in the injuries table. If there are witnesses to the incident, then a table with witnesses and their contact information should be filled up as well. A table where the operational impact of the incident can be described is available. Below this table is the table for the incident details, where the incident should be described with as much detail as possible. This is followed by a table where you can see what immediate actions were taken after the incident. Then, if a risk assessment is conducted, the findings of the evaluation should be in the box below. After this is the box for what corrective action was taken, if there is any. After this table is the recommendations for actions to be taken table, which is where the one who filled up the report can suggest actions to take after the incident. The table after this is a table for notes, for any relevant notes the individual who filled the report may want to make known. Lastly, the signature of the individual is to be signed on the line above their complete name to verify the document. With this template, you have a strong foundation for a supplier incident report. However, as with all our templates, this can be personalized to your needs and to your liking. And that's it for the Resolving Supplier Incident Template. If you want to know more, check out our procurement courses and procurement templates. Always be prepared by keeping yourself informed and ready for anything coming your way. Once again, this has been Filipe Brito, and we will see you in the next one.